Okay, let's jump right in. Deep inside you right now, there's an entire world teeming with trillions of bacteria. It's a microscopic ecosystem that science is, just now really starting to figure out. And some of this new research, especially coming out of Japan, is uncovering a mind-blowing secret. The key to living longer, healthier, and even slimmer might be hiding in your gut. For all of human history, we've pretty much accepted aging as this unstoppable fact of life. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if aging isn't this thing that just happens to us, but a condition we can actually influence? Some researchers are asking this really radical question, and the science is pointing to our tiny gut allies for the answer. And this isn't just some far-off theory. A recent study had a result so wild, it sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. One of the lead researchers actually said they saw old mice become young again. And how'd they do it? Not with some fancy new drug, but with something way more fundamental. The experiment was, believe it or not, pretty straightforward. Scientists took gut bacteria from young, spry mice and gave it to older, more frail mice. And the results were just wow. The older mice started regaining muscle strength, they had more energy, more vitality. It was the first real concrete proof of a direct link between your gut health and how your body physically ages. So how in the world does this actually work? Well, to get it, you have to think of your gut less like a simple stomach and more like a high-stakes relay race. It's all about how your body takes the food you eat, especially fiber, and turns it into powerful fuel that can either turn back the clock or, well, speed it up. All right, so let's break down this race play by play. It all kicks off with fiber, which, fun fact, our bodies can't digest on their own. That's where runner number one comes in, bacteria like the kind you find in natto. It grabs that fiber and breaks it down into simple sugars. Then it passes the baton to runner two, like bifidobacteria, which takes those sugars and turns them into something called acetate. Finally, the anchor runner grabs that acetate and sprints across the finish line, producing these incredibly powerful compounds called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs for short. And the outcome of this race? It's everything. If your team completes the relay, those SCFAs are like magic. They tell your body to burn fat, they power up your immune system, and they dial down inflammation. But if the race fails, if you're missing a key runner and that baton gets dropped, well, that sugar from step one just sits there. It gets absorbed by your body, stored as fat, and that leads to weight gain, chronic inflammation, and a whole host of health risks. So, if you want to win the race, you need the right team on the field. And thanks to all this amazing longevity research, scientists have basically identified the MVPs of the gut world. So, let's meet the all-stars. First up, we've got Rosabiria. Think of it as your immunity guardian. It's a rockstar anchor runner that churns out butyrate, one of those key SCFAs that is absolutely crucial for fighting off inflammation. Next, there's Bifidobacterium, the acetate expert. It's your dependable second runner, essential for that sugar to acetate conversion. And then there's Blactia, the fat-burning specialist. This one is a real multi-talented hero. Yeah, let's put a special spotlight on Blautia for a second, because this one is a true game changer. Researchers have nicknamed it the slimming bacterium because of the incredible effect it has on our metabolism. It might just be one of the biggest secrets behind why some people stay so lean and healthy. And here's the really amazing part. You might think this is some rare microbe, but get this. Studies show that a whopping 90% of people in Japan already have a ton of Blautia in their gut. It's not some exotic thing. For a lot of us, it's a built-in advantage, just waiting to be woken up. So, what's Blautia's superpower? Well, it does two things. First, it's a fantastic runner too, great at making that acetate. But its secret weapon is that it also makes a compound called ornithine. And ornithine is like a direct message to your brain to release more growth hormone, which then tells your body, hey, burn more fat for fuel. It's a total double whammy for a revved up metabolism. Okay, so we've met our all-star team. Now for the most important question. How do we keep them strong and happy? Just like any elite team, they need the right fuel. And that brings us to the most practical part of all this, what you should actually be eating. The game plan is actually pretty simple, and it's backed by tons of research into the world's longest living people. The idea is to focus on plants. You want to load up your plate with whole grains, beans, nuts, veggies, fruits, and some fish. Why? Because these foods are packed with the exact kinds of fiber your gut heroes love. And on the other side, you want to limit the stuff that hurts them. Things like refined grains, processed meats, sugary drinks, and too much salt. So let's get even more specific. If you're at the grocery store, what are the top picks? Number one, beans, beans, beans. They are fiber royalty. A bag of mixed beans is perfect because diversity is key. Soybeans, like in natto or edamame, are amazing fuel for those runner 1 bacteria we talked about. And don't sleep on quinoa. It's not just a whole grain, it's also a complete protein. It's a total powerhouse. And listen, don't underestimate how powerful these little changes can be. The data is clear. Consistently adding more beans, a handful of nuts, and switching from white bread to whole grains doesn't just make you a little healthier, it can seriously increase your health span, adding years of active, vibrant living to your life. And hey, want a couple of super easy hacks to boost your fiber? Here you go. First, cooled rice. When you cook rice and then let it cool in the fridge, some of its starch literally changes form and becomes resistant starch. Your body can't digest it, but your gut bacteria go absolutely crazy for it. Second, look for something called guar bean fiber. It's this tasteless powder you can just stir into your coffee or a smoothie for a totally effortless fiber boost. So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? It's this: you are in control. Your gut health isn't just something that randomly happens. You are the head coach of this incredible internal team, and the choices you make every single day, what you put on your plate, determine whether your team wins or loses. So here it is, your 3-point action plan. It's super simple. Number 1, feed your heroes every day. Give them that fiber from beans, grains, and veggies. Number 2, recruit new players. Bring in reinforcements by eating fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, or natto. And number 3, starve the opposition. The bad bacteria thrive on sugar and processed junk, so when you limit those, you're basically cutting off their supply lines. Because look, at the end of the day, this whole thing isn't about some quest for immortality. It's not just about adding more years to your life. As the scientists leading this research always say, the real goal is to age happily. It's about keeping your strength, your energy, and your health so you can actually enjoy all those extra years. The power to shape your own health is quite literally in your hands. It's on your fork. Every single meal is a new choice, a new chance to fuel those microscopic heroes that are working around the clock to build you a better future. So the only question left is, what are you going to feed them today?